All right, here we go. Excuse me. So we're just gonna take these rest of these screws off. Hold on, let me hit record on this too. There we go. Oh. All right, we're just taking these off. Keeping those all mapped out. Keeping all those mapped. Really, all the screws are the same except for the two in the back. Two in the back that go through the screen, I guess, are more important. They're holding something down. These other ones are these little tiny screws with Apple's proprietary screwdriver head. Fucking annoying. All right, now the casing should just pop right off. Got them all right. Yep, we're all off. Okay. Okay. Okay, hold on. Okay, there we go. Now it's off. Set this back down. Okay, here we go. God damn, it's dirty. I should have brought. God damn. I don't have any. I don't have any compressed air. I don't want to blow on it. I'm not going to blow on it. Damn, I really should have brought some. Yeah, I don't have any. Okay, so you see this whole thing is the battery, right? You can see here. So this whole section down here, this whole bottom part, this is the whole battery. This is all battery. Okay, it's like 70% battery. All right, to take this off, we have this connection here. We have a little connector here. I'll hold it up to this camera. Okay, there's a little connector here. So we have to undo that connection. After taking out, we have, let's see, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at five screws we have to take out. 5 screws, undo this connection. That's it. It's that simple. Where's my other screwdriver? Where's my other proprietary Apple fucking flower head screwdriver? And these black ones are quite long, so I'm gonna save them because I don't think that the new battery has anything else in it, so we got to be careful. I've never done this, by the way. This is my first time doing this, so. And here's the other thing. Oh, these are small ones. Why is there a few long ones and 2 small ones? There's 3 long ones and 2 small ones. The long ones go in the back and the small ones go in the front, which seems to be pretty consistent. Here. And so yes, this is a 2017. I think in the later models of Mac, the MacBooks, you can't do this. They don't let you just replace the battery like this. And you just can't do this. Look at it. Yucks. Yucks. Let me check. And I did have a problem overheating before, so maybe it was just dirty. The fan looks okay though. It says you shouldn't blow on this, but Just want to get the fan. Double check the fan, because I did have an overheating problem at one point, but it was because I was running so much. Looks okay. There's just a little bit of fuzz in there. I think it'll be fine. But now that I have the screws, I'm not worried about opening it up and cleaning it so much. Before I was debating how I would even open it up, because I didn't have the screwdrivers. Anyway, let's pop the battery out. It is completely dead. This thing has not been keeping a charge. If it unplugs, it dies immediately. And if we look at the connector here, the connector is not, it's not loose, right? So I don't think it was a connection issue. It's just a dead battery, which is tracks after it's been going for 7 years. So you see this connector. Let's get in here. This connector right here, it looks fine. There's no corrosion on it. The connector looks fine. There's no corrosion. There's nothing wrong with it. So it's just a dead battery. There's no problems. And the board looks fine. The board's clean. There's no water damage. There's no corrosion. Looks fine. Let's see here. Is it the SSD? Yeah. So if you look here, right here, right? So here's your SSD, right? I think that's the SSD. And on this model, there's a Samsung. Yes. So on this model, the integrated, this SSD, you can actually replace this. And for certain, I think for certain models, you might need to have an adapter, but this is a MacBook. You can buy a MacBook, what, 2017. Not a great processor, but pretty decent for doing daily stuff. And if you need more, you can get an adapter and on a 1 terabyte SSD and just throw that shit in there, and basically run whatever you want. I have Linux on this right now. So you could probably even, you can put Windows on here if you want, I'm sure. I don't know why you wouldn't just buy a Windows computer though, but I guess the hardware is, it's lasted a long time. It's resilient. So anyway, how do I unplug this? It's the best. I think if I just pull on this, it should come out. I think that's what this tab is for, just to unplug it. Okay, so now we're unplugged. See here, we're unplugged. Look, it's about to fall out. So we just pulled on this little plastic tab here just to unplug it, and now you can see the whole battery, whole assembly comes out. Ta-da! Now we have a laptop with no battery. Woo! Alright, so next step, very simple. We have a new battery. And this cost 6,000 yen. It's about, well, if you go by old-timey conversion rates, which I like to, it's about $60. Brand new battery. So instead of having to buy a new computer for, the new MacBook, granted the new MacBook has better hardware, but still the new MacBook is going to be what? 160,000? 160,000 yen, right? Or about like $1,700, $1,600, $1,700. I get this for $60. Oops. Put my there. This is $60, and if we can plug it in, put that in there. Fighting me a little bit. Well, there you go. So now it's seated in there. We just got to put the screws in and be good to go. All Remember, small screws in the front, big screws in the back. It's the black screw, and that's a silver screw. Have them color coded so the black screws are for the inside. Two small screws in the front. We want it to adjust around. You don't have to crank it down so much that it's gonna break anything. But yeah, there you go. That's pretty much it. Now we're just reassembling. Should do a quick look inside the MacBook. This is the MacBook Air, and if you just need like a daily driver, like a daily machine, you're not looking to spend too much money, and you want it to be upgradable or repairable. As far as hardware goes, I mean, personally, I think MacBook is fine. Hardware's not bad, especially some of the older models. This has lasted me. I've been traveling. Like I traveled around, took it through the desert in South Africa. Like, no problems. I've been using it for 7 years. I don't have any hardware problems except for the battery wearing out, which is expected. It's 7 years on a laptop battery, and I used to use it almost exclusively, unplugged, and I drained multiple times. Right, it drained to nothing multiple times, which is my fault. But what are you gonna do when you're in the desert? What are you gonna do? I mean, yeah. Also, there were some times where it would just sit and it would just drain. I didn't have it plugged in. Because I was doing other stuff. Busy with some other stuff. Alright, it's that simple. I might open this up later when I get some air and actually clean it out more. There you go. Battery replaced. Let's get the casing back on. Let's clean the casing up a bit though. Clean this up. Let me just get some of this dust off of here. If I took this into a Mac shop, number one, they'd probably tell me they can't fix it. They're just say, you can't fix it. You have to just buy a new one. Is number one what I would expect them to say. And if I absolutely refuse that, they go, well, maybe we can get a replacement battery, but it's going to cost you. It probably cost me like 20,000 or 30,000 yen, and I bought a battery for 6,000 yen. So you think almost like a they'd upcharge me, fucking 400%. I'd have a 400% upcharge to do this. This is the wrong screwdriver. So like a 400% upcharge just to do what I just did right there. Take off a couple screws, unplug something, plug the new one in, put the screws back in, and then charge it for 10 minutes. And then show, hey, look, it works. That's what they would do. And instead I bought an aftermarket part with a 2-year warranty. It's probably going to last me 5 years. If I don't let it drain like I did before. But yeah, if I don't let it drain so many times. If I keep it. But nowadays it's just to work. So the battery's not going to drain to zero. There's very little chance that my battery's going to drain to zero. My use case is much different than it used to be. This is literally a laptop I use at work, in my spare time at work, to make little English learning games, little vocabulary quizzes and stuff like that. Like just little tiny things, little tiny standalone programs that can run on, these really shithole $100 tablets. Like I'm making programs to run on $100 tablets. So very small programs, like not graphically intense programs. That's what I do on this now. So it's just a development. It's just a MacBook. It's a MacBook Air, 2017 MacBook Air. It has Linux running on it, and I use it to make little programs, little gaming stuff. That's it. That's the use case. Ouch. Look at that. Should have adjusted that earlier. But hey, it works for what I use it for. So why would I buy a new one when I clearly have a desktop since I'm streaming this. So anything that I need to do real stuff on, like any real work I need to do is on the desktop. So it's just for fun. Anyway, that should be new battery. We'll plug it in. We'll see if it works. After I close this up, that should be it. We're good to go. Because I have a cough, I might do a voiceover on this. I'm probably just going to upload this raw, though, to the YouTube channel. Because I'm not a YouTuber. I don't need to make a fucking thumbnail. Oh, MacBook 400% upcharged. Avoided. Like, I guess I could do something like that. Do some clickbaity shit. But I literally have 0 viewers. I have 0 followers. How I saved $300 MacBook DIY battery replacement. And then it's just a totally tame video like this. Done. Now I really don't think this is gonna have a charge. Hold on, let me get the charger. All right, let's see if it okay, we got a green light. We got an orange light now. That's good. That's a good sign. It's powering up. I'll move you guys over here. Don't look at my face. There you go. We'll boot it up. That's a MacBook. There you go. Okay. That's hard for you to see. Right, it says 71%. Alright, there we go. The thing. No updates needed, 71%, right? We're good to go on there. Let's go ahead and unplug this. So before, when I would unplug it, it would immediately turn off because the battery was 100% dead. It's just charging now, discharging, 71%. We're on balanced performance. 5 hours and 30 minutes remaining. So I went from having 5 seconds when it unplugged to having 5 hours. It cost me 6,000 yen. Easy peasy. How much would that have cost in the fucking smart store? How much do you think that would have cost? It would have cost a ridiculous amount. Anyway, I'll let it charge. Let's see, how much are you supposed to let these charge up to? I gotta update this too. Okay, well, I don't want to type my password in right now. Let's see. Lithium ion. Let's do that. 40 to 80%. Good range to aim for when charging Li-ion batteries is from about 40 to 80% in one go. Trying to let the battery drop below 20% when should I do a full? You do a full 0 to 100% battery recharge. What does they call it? A charge cycle, maybe once a month only. Only do it once a month. But I don't really care either, though. I'm just going to let it charge up. Anyway. We've saved a lot of money. It's good. It's good. I guess you guys could just kind of live over there, huh? You guys want to live over there? Let's see if I can really pop you in here. Ooh. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Now you guys got a little stand. You guys are on a little stand now. Ooh. Look at that. Anyway. Oh, let's stop this. How do I stop it?